Timber in Arsenal squad of the UEFA Champions League, and this acts as a very huge indicator that he is not far off from really returning to what we call first team training, to see to it that everything really goes on as Arteta really wants it to go. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and you can as well call me RD. Don't forget to subscribe. I want to hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and let's continue to obviously make that point very, very sounded. So the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and let's go into this Jurrien Timber story. Jurrien Timber, we all know that he got injured when Arsenal was playing against Nottingham Forest in his first 46 minutes of the Premier League experience ever, and he really got an injury. That was an axial injury near the knee. Axillary muscle got with a problem, and it has gone ahead to keep him out since I think mid-October to February. And if I told you, if you are to count months, it's September, October, November, December, January, February. You know, he is 6 months out, and remember, we are told 7 months out, and we all know that while he was in Dubai, he was saying commencing some ball work onto his special training sessions, and looks like everything is going to go on as planned. So we are going to talk about Jurrien Timber at length, and Robin van Persie has gone ahead and really told Arsenal fans that we are pissed of him leaving the side of Arsenal. He has come out and really given the reason as to why he went ahead to leave the side of Arsenal. Doesn't that make it a full Arsenal news show? I think it's really done and dusted. So to me, I'm really excited to be talking to you for the very first time today, and I'm going to work hard to see to it that I really bring you more and more content onto this beautiful channel of yours. Now, a story has gone ahead to be broken by very many people, but this was the guy responsible for breaking the news, and others went ahead to obviously do the needful. George Bird, he's an Arsenal youth and available on Football Media Network. He has told us that Arsenal have submitted their updated Champions League squad with Jurrien Timber amongst the players added. Now, when you look at the Arsenal squad that really went ahead to be submitted in last year, they never included Jurrien Timber because they knew to it that he couldn't be fit for the group stages. And Arsenal went ahead to play very many games. Those were 6 games. They first played against PSV. They beat PSV by 4-0, and experienced that Jurrien Timber would have gone ahead to obviously want, because he was playing a team that he used to play into the biggest rivalry in the Dutch football. Remember, he represents Ajax, and PSV are not good friends with Ajax, so he had to obviously come in and try and really play that. He missed that out. They went away and played against RC Lens, and Arsenal was beaten by 2-1. He missed out on another one in Sevilla, where Arsenal went ahead to beat Sevilla by 2-1. Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus obviously was really a very beautiful game that he missed out. Then they returned to Emirates to play I think Sevilla, and they beat Sevilla, I think by 2-0 into that game. Then they hosted RC Lens. It was a very huge goal entry into the net of RC Lens. Arsenal scored 6. Jurrien Timber missed that. Then Arsenal went ahead to play away at PSV, a match that would have gone ahead to see this guy play. Is it in the Philips Stadium down there? And he missed out on those 6 games, and he was not included into that team of Arsenal. But this time round, Arsenal have gone ahead to include him into the squad, because they need to eat that by the time they obviously get into the group stages, this guy is going to be readily available to come in through and really play a big part into the season of Arsenal. And this is good news for Arsenal fans, because most of you have been waiting for Jurrien Timber, and you have always asked me on what is happening about Jurrien Timber. And sometimes I'm really short of videos and comments about that, because I haven't gotten some huge update. But no sooner had I gotten this update than I came in through and obviously told you that I'm going to record this, and that's why I'm going to hit to put it up. I was, by the way, planning to start off with the Kylian Mbappe story, of how he's exploring his moves to Arsenal. But I said my fans very much want to know about Jurrien Timber. And I said, let me first bring in Jurrien Timber, then later I'm going to get in Kylian Mbappe in here onto the Rokani Media Football. So Jurrien Timber has been included into the game of Arsenal. And when is Arsenal going to play that game, and which team is Arsenal going to play? The team that Arsenal is going to play is called FC Porto. And when is that going to happen? Arsenal is going to play FC Porto on the 21st of February. And that first encounter is going to be played away in Porto. And then on the 12th of March, Arsenal is going to host FC Porto at the Emirates Stadium. Now, if I tell you that Jurrien Timber is going to make it to the first encounter when Arsenal is flying away to Portugal, I'll be lying. I don't have specific information showing me that this guy is going to be back before the 21st. But I tell you, second encounter, as Arsenal is playing against FC Porto at the Emirates, that's when he might make his huge return. As it said, he's going to return in the first or the team squad of Arsenal when Arsenal is really featuring into the side of when Arsenal is featuring in that side of the Champions League, and they're going to be taking on FC Porto. And to me, it's a very huge boost. Why? He is one of the most experienced players that Arsenal have in the Champions League. The 2 seasons he was with Erik ten Hag, he played in 10 Champions League games. And when you look at Arsenal in that starting 11, when you obviously look at it, David Raya has no Champions League experience. Benjamin White has no Champions League experience. They've just started to play Champions League this season. Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Nketiah, Fabio Vieira, Trossard, name it. They have a handful of players that really have Champions League experience. And this knockout stage where Arsenal is going to hit to go needs in players that really have huge experience as far as the Champions League is concerned. And this is where Jurrien Timber comes in through to play a very huge part in the side of Arsenal. And I know you guys know exactly what he brings onto the game. And it's the reason as to why Arsenal is not going to hate to play as they're supposed to play, because the manager had a different plan altogether when he obviously brought him in, because he knew to it that I had a player that made the most progressive passes in the entire Europe top elite leagues in Jurrien Timber, and he knew to it that he would contribute a lot into his team defensively and offensively. And trust me, if Jurrien Timber was available, Mo Salah doesn't score that goal that he scores at Anfield when Arsenal is playing Liverpool. You get, and very many other games that Arsenal is going to hate to lose. If Jurrien Timber was there, I believe he offers the best defensive cover amongst all Arsenal fullbacks apart from Tomiyasu. I think him and Tomiyasu offer some huge cover. And if at all Arteta wants to close down any team, he will get Tomiyasu and play him on the right as a right back, and Jurrien Timber played as a left back. And through all that, the rest is going to be history, because you'll know that you're having 2 players. When they go forward, they offer assists, because you've seen Tomiyasu offering more assists this season than Benjamin White. And we've also going to hate to see this guy, what's his name, Jurrien Timber, and what he can do, especially when he obviously gets into the final third of the pitch, So that is the beauty of Jurrien Timber returning. And remember, the other players at Arsenal that are really having some huge experience are the following. Jorginho, there is Jesus, Kai Havertz, and Zinchenko. Those are the 4 players. I think, and even Thomas Partey, when he was at Atletico Madrid, he used to be playing the Champions League. But these ones I'm talking about have just been playing the Champions League 1 or 2 seasons back. So that is a huge boost for Jurrien Timber returning, and I think Arsenal fans are really excited about Jurrien Timber included into the squad of Arsenal. That is a very huge boost for his return, and we all anticipate that they've gone ahead to get him enough treatment, and he's going to be available when Arsenal is playing their second game in the Champions League. Remember, Arsenal are in the round of 16, and if at all they really knock out FC Porto, Arsenal will go to the quarterfinal, and it will be a very huge achievement for Arsenal because they were not reaching those levels, but this time round it is really good for them. Let's go to Robin van Persie. Robin van Persie signed for Man United. I think it was around 2011, between 2011 and 2012 season. That's when, he signed for Man United in the season of 2012, 2013, because in the 2011-2012 season, Man United missed out because of the goals. And Ferguson got to know that I need a typical number 9. He went in at Arsenal and got in the player. Now, people thought that this guy had gone ahead to betray Arsenal, but Robin van Persie has come out and really spoken out loud onto his transfer to Man United. And Arsenal fans, get your ears cleaned and listen to this. Van Persie has said, I can promise you on my kids, if someone comes with proof that Arsenal offered me a deal, I will give you £1 million now, today. It was Arsenal's decision not to offer me a deal, and that is up to them. After many conversations, it became clear that we had different ideas about the club. I had 7 points where I thought Arsenal could improve, and in my opinion, those 7 points, they should start dealing with them straight away to be able to compete with the best teams. It doesn't really matter what points they are. What matters is that Ivan Gazidis decided that he didn't agree with one single point of those 7, which is fair enough. So, the fact was, Robin van Persie had set his terms and conditions to stay at Arsenal. That is it. When you look at his contract, he was running down, and Arsenal had found the best of the best to say to it that they get themselves getting this guy. Because, trust me, at that juncture, he was one of the best number 9s in the league. That is it. Robin van Persie, he had come of age, and he was like, I think, 2 years past his prime. It was like 27 and 8 years. That's when Man United went ahead to sign Robin van Persie for £20 million. But he had his demands, and trust me, his demands are those demands that really saw Thierry Henry leave the side of Arsenal. We all knew that ever since Arsenal went ahead to put up that structure of the Emirates, they had made a plan, and it was masterminded by the manager, who is a professor, that is an economics professor, that is Arsene Wenger. He had sat down and made some good calculations that we can get a new stadium, borrow money, build it, and then pay off money. And how are they supposed to be paying off that money? One, they had to sell a player every season to finance that loan. It was the plan that Arsene Wenger went ahead to sit on. That's why he saw to it that, having gone ahead, I think, to enter the Emirates Stadium, was it 2006, Arsenal started selling off players. For example, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Samir Nasri, Bakli Sanya, Kolo Toure, Emmanuel Adebayo, Samir Nasri, Song Bilong, I think Matthew Flamini. Every player that was a standout player in their squad got sold. Rosicky got sold. Alexandra Hileb got sold. Robin van Persie got sold. And it was not until they really felt like the income of the club could obviously run that loan and service it that they stopped that. And it's saw to it that Arsenal couldn't allow to lose players around 2014, 2015. That's when they started to bring in players like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. They brought in players like Mesut Ozil, David Luiz. They went back to signing star players that were really proven. So it is written all over the world that that was the plan of Arsenal. And after servicing that loan for like a decade, they said we can now get back. And it's sort of it that when Arteta came in through, they had to obviously draw a different plan altogether. And that's why Arsenal can get in Declan Rice for £105 million. Kai Havertz, £67 million, Jesus, £50 million, Benjamin White, £50 million, and very many other players at the club of Arsenal, because the manager is now in a better state to spend, and that background was laid by Arsene Wenger. And that sacrifice was really huge, and that's why a statue of his was unveiled at the Emirates, because it was really important to really give this lad what he deserved. He did out for this club. He transformed it from the club it were to the club it dreamed to be. And that's why Van Persie is telling you he was not the problem. While he's asking me, Ivan Gazidis, who was he? He was one of the top guys that made footballing decisions at Arsenal by then, and he was working with Arsene Wenger. So that's what I had for you. So guys, go into the comment section, tell me your thoughts about Jurrien Timber included into the Arsenal squad that is going to play in the Champions League. What do you make about it? Are you excited for his return? And are you guys still angry with Robin Van Persie for what is going to reveal to you that he is really one of the hugest guys that wanted to stay at Arsenal, but Arsenal failed to really meet his 7-point dream? It happened at Man United. When Ronaldo left, he stormed the office of Sir Alex Ferguson and told him, please, we need more star players. We've lost a world-class player, and you're replacing him with world-class. You're replacing him with players that are not really world-class. That's what he did. So, thank you guys for watching through. I sign out for now. See you later. May the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm waiting for your reactions. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. It's a Tuesday. Ciao, ciao.